I don't think people truly understand how important communication is to the success of a marriage. Like, communication or good communication will determine how far, how happy, how successful like your relationship is. You need to invest time in learning how to communicate well, how to portray, how to speak, how to communicate your feelings in a way that others can understand. A lot of us are fussing and fighting because we don't understand each other. We don't know what the other person is trying to say. You're getting angry before you even understand the other person's point of view. You need to be able to listen more than you speak. That is a true skill. In our society, in our culture, it's so common and such a big part of our conversations where we interrupt others when they speak. Like, we can't wait for someone else to finish their sentence before we, give our input, before we butt in. Stop doing that. You need to listen. Once you're done listening, ask for clarity. Am I hearing you when you say that you want me to do X, Y, and Z? Or is it that you're saying that you don't want me to do X, Y, and Z? Like, repeat what you hear so that they can hear it back. That's what you've perceived, right? Because a lot of times our intention doesn't match the other person's perception. What we intend to communicate is not what they're perceiving. So when someone is speaking to you, listen. Stop to listen. So, because the more you listen, the more you can understand. When you're done listening, which is when they're done speaking, you ask clarifying questions to make sure that you understand. If they say, yes, that's what I'm saying, then you can, give your opinion, or you can say whatever, you can move on with the conversation. If they say, no, that's not what I meant, that's not what I'm trying to say, then you say, okay, can you rephrase it? Can you help me understand? Okay? These are little things, little tips that will help you go a long way. Another thing that I want to say, if you are upset with someone did something to you, someone did something, your spouse, your husband did something or said something, and you did not like the way it made you feel. It did not make you feel good. What are you going to do? Are you going to go and say, why did you have to do that? Why do you always do that? You're judging them because you're using their past. You're using past experiences to judge what they're doing right now, even though you don't know if that's what's happening, right? What you need to do is, instead of blaming them, because again, intent versus perception, a lot of times people communicate in a way that what they intended to communicate is not what is perceived by the listener. So you must make sure that you go to them and you say, I don't like the way that what you said made me feel, or when you did so and so, it made me feel a certain type of way. You tell them how what they did made you feel, because I guarantee it was not their intent for you to feel that way. When someone loves you, they're not trying to hurt you. I know it's hard to believe, because in our minds, especially as wives, our husbands are out to get us. They hate us. They're our enemies, and all they want to do is cause you pain. And I guarantee that is not what is going through that man's mind. Okay? You guys are just misunderstanding each other. And the way to get over that hump is to improve the way you communicate. Sometimes you think, oh, they're a bad communicator, so it's on them. But if you're a good communicator and they're a bad communicator, you can actually help them. You can help them to see that, hey, I'm not communicating well. What I'm saying is not being perceived in the correct way. But when you get so defensive and so angry, you put the other person on defense, okay? So now you're warring, you're fighting, and it does not need to be that way. Just explain to them And the best way to do this is what I said: listen. So they know you listen. They're gonna say, okay, she listened to everything I had to say. She repeated what she thought I said, and it was not what I meant to portray. Okay, so they're not on the defense. Now they understand what I said was not perceived the way I intended. So maybe I need to rephrase it, or I need to explain more. Okay, stop fighting each other. Your husband, your wife is not your enemy. We have a different enemy who does not want us to succeed. Focus on defeating the external enemy, not your spouse, okay? Your spouse is your partner. Your spouse is actually you. You guys are one. So the way you treat your spouse reflects how you treat yourself. Am I caring for myself? Then I'm caring for my spouse, okay? We have to rephrase the way we look at our marriage, the way we view our spouses, and then that's gonna determine or dictate the way we approach conflict. I hope this helps.